Hey, how's it going everyone? I'm Nathan from the ebook reader blog. For this video, I'm going to show the new text-to-speech feature that Amazon recently added to Kindle e-readers with the software update. So for some people, it started showing up on the 5.18.3 update. It first showed up for me on the 5.18.4 update, but then it disappeared. And then it came back with this latest 5.18.4.0.1 update. So it seems to be something they're slowly rolling out. They don't even mention it in the release notes. They do have a page up about it on their website though that explains how to use it. So let's go ahead and open up an ebook and show you how it works. Okay, so first things first, you have to connect a Bluetooth, speakers or headphones to use the text-to-speech on Kindle since they don't have speakers built in. And then you can adjust the volume from this as well. You can obviously adjust the volume on your device too. So I got this Anchor Bluetooth speaker that I've had for a while. Battery life on it's really good, so it lasts a long time. So when you turn on the Assistive Reader feature, it's now located over here in the AA section over here under More. So you have the Assistive Reader option at the top of the screen here. So once you turn it on, it will always appear at the bottom of the screen here. So they got this new page view with this update as well. So instead of just overlapping the top and bottom of the page, it now shrinks the page like it does on their apps. And then down here at the bottom, you can see it shows the Assistive Reader option right here. So you have some different settings. You can increase the speed of the voice, and then you can also, this is just going back, and then you have the play button right here. So here's a demo.
Resurrection and death. It is possible I already had some presentiment of my future. The locked and rusted gate that stood before us, with wisps of river fog threading its spikes like the mountain paths, remains in my mind now as the symbol of my exile. That is why I have begun this account of it with the aftermath of our swim, in which I, the torturer's apprentice Severian, had so nearly drowned. The guard has gone. Thus my friend Roche spoke to Drott, who had already seen it for himself. The boy Ida suggested that we go around. A lift of his thin, freckled arm indicated the thousands of paces of wall stretching across the slum and sweeping up the hill until at last they met the high curtain wall of the citadel. It was a walk I would take, much later.
Let's go to 1.5. 2 is really fast.
Begin without a safe conduct? They'd send to Master Gerlos. But why would the guard leave? It doesn't matter. Drott rattled the gate. Ida, see if you can slip between the bars. Drott was our captain, and Ida put an arm and a leg.
You can also go slower if you'd like.
Feelings, but it was immediately clear that there was no hope of his getting his body to follow. Someone's coming, Roche whispered. Drott jerked Ida out. I looked down the street. Drott was our captain, and Ida put an arm and a leg.
So yeah, that's a basic demo of how it works. The voice isn't as good as some other text-to-speech voices I've heard, but it's definitely functional. I like how it underlines as it goes because they didn't ever have the, that thing where when you listen to audiobooks, like if you have an app, it will follow along with the audiobooks and highlight the text, but Kindle's never did that. You could only have the audiobook playing or reading, so it didn't have both. So this one kind of gives you both. At least it underlines the text as it's reading, so that's something different. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Kindles have text-to-speech again. They used to have it a long time ago, and then they got rid of it. Like once I think the Paperwhite 1 came along, they phased out the audio capabilities, phased out text-to-speech. They eventually brought it back in the form of voice view. So you still have voice view from the main settings menu. You can still use that. It's under accessibility. It just requires navigating the screen using a bunch of gestures, so it's definitely more difficult to use than the the Assistive Reader feature. So you can just turn that on and off easily with this. You have to navigate your device using gestures.
Back button. Voice view screen reader menu button. Close button.
So you can't just open a book by tapping it like normally. You have to navigate your whole device using swiping gestures.
Voice views close button menu. Voice view screen read back button. Back button. Double menu button. Close button.
So yeah, it takes all that to just get back to a book or to get to your library. Menu. So it's definitely a lot more difficult
down and
to
the
use.
Right with one finger to begin sound. Drott was our captain, and Ida put an arm and a leg through the iron palings, but it was immediately clear that there was no hope of his getting his body to follow.
So yeah, you can hear it's the same voice, but it's just definitely easier to use with the assistive reader option instead of having to use all the navigation gestures. But so yeah, it's kind of cool. Amazon added that back. So again, it's under the more section, assistive reader. So unfortunately, it's only available on Amazon's Kindle books. So if you have like a side-loaded book, like what I had here, it's not available even on the books you use sent to Kindle. So yeah, not available. It's only available on Amazon's books. Maybe they'll add it for, send to Kindle books later, side-loaded books, but I kind of doubt it. But yeah, so that's just kind of a look at how text-to-speech works on Kindles now. So it's available on all 11th and 12th gen Kindles in the Kindle Scribe and the Kindle Colorsoft. So yeah, that's basically it. Thanks guys for watching. Goodbye.